Good morning, grade 7 students. This is Mr. Gamal with a new lesson of vocabulary. This is unit 13 in the booklet. All right, page, you can see the page, page 94. All right, unit 13, page 94, vocab part. The title is Polar Opposites. As I told you before, as our work is with vocab lesson, we read this passage not for comprehension but for trying or training on how to guess the meaning of word from the context. All right, so we'll try some part of the passage and you will do the other part. All right, our homework today will be after we study this passage and train our guessing the meaning of vocabulary or some of the vocabulary, your work will be to memorize or learn by heart and study the first 10 vocab items from 1 to 10. All right, definitions. Let's start. Polar opposites. I read and I'll ask you or try to guess the meaning of some of these bold typed words from the context. Although they may seem similar, the polar regions of planet Earth are really very different. They affirm the old adage that there are two sides to the same coin. All right, try to guess the meaning of this word affirm. If you understand the first part and this part, you can get to it. All right, the polar regions are really very different. Although they may seem similar, they are similar, yes, but very different. So they affirm the saying or the adage, two sides to the same coin. You know the coin? Yes, it's one coin, but two different sides. So one thing and different things inside it. They affirm the old adage. So affirm means what? Yes, prove can be like this. Can make sure, yes. Can explain, yes. All this correct. Okay, let's continue. The astonishing climate traits of both the Arctic and Antarctica are stupefying. Are what? Stupefying. I don't know what this word, but look at the base word. It is similar to stupid. You know, stupefying. It is the same origin, the same base. So when I say something is stupefying, it can be related to stupid. All right. So stupefying can be like making someone stupid or fool or confused. Okay, let's continue. Temperatures of 60 Fahrenheit are not unusual. If the harsh winds and vast ice sheets do not deter visitors, these strangers will find the elements disquieting at the very least. All right. So the ice sheets and harsh wind do not deter visitors. If these do not deter visitors, so deter means what? Imagine some visitors come to the Arctic or Antarctica, and the harsh winds and ice sheets and very cold climate and so do not deter them. So deter means what? Yes, stop, prevent, harm, like this. Okay. These strangers will find the elements disquieting at the very least. All right, look at this word disquieting. We have prefix dis and suffix ing. What is the base word? Quiet. You know quiet. All right, so when I say something is disquieting, so it is what? Yes, noisy, not quiet at all. That's it. During polar winters, the sun never rises, while during the summers, it never sets. For centuries, explorers had to give careful thought to how to cope with these forces of nature. Yes, this is the word, cope with these forces of nature. Very hard summer, very strange winter, and the explorers had to cope with these forces of nature. Cope with. So what meaning of cope with? Can be like what? To match, to be matched to these harsh weather. Yes, to adapt themselves to it. to try to be suitable for it, to deal with it. Yes, all this correct. Okay, or close to the point, not exact meaning, but we are guessing the meaning or nearly the similar meaning. Let's continue. It was essential to adhere closely to a more rigorous program of safety precautions than explorers used in more temperate lands. It's very important to adhere to rigorous programs, all right, of safety precautions. Adhere to a program of safety precautions. So, in this cold and harsh weather, explorers had to adhere to safety measures. So, adhere to means what? They must adhere, or it's important they adhere to a very hard program of safety. Adhere to can be what? Yes, stuck to, follow, yes, close to, had in mind and practice. All this correct, or can be the meaning. All right, let's continue. The Arctic is a region of immense diversity, although the terrain seems forbidding. Many animals prowl the land, including the polar bears, caribou, wolves, foxes, hares, and weasels. All right, stop at this. Many animals prowl the land. Imagine this is very vast land, and wild animals prowl it. So what means prowl? Move freely. Yes, try to search for food, but in a secret, stealthy way, like thieves. This is prowl. All right. So let's stop in reading at this. You can continue yourself the same way around. Read and try to guess the meaning of these bold types words. All right. In the next page, 95, you will continue the same way. All right. Trying to guess the meaning of these bold type words. They are not all the vocab that you will have as homework or in focus, but it is a practice. Take this word, for example, misapprehension. Misapprehension. Let's read the sentence from the start. Suppose that these peoples view their environment as hostile would be a misapprehension. Okay, first, what is the base word? Apprehension. All right. This is a prefix for something wrong, all right? So this is something wrong. Misapprehension, to suppose that these people view the environment as hostile would be misapprehension. So if you think these people, however, they find it hard environment, they find it hostile, this is a misapprehension, misunderstanding. Yes, it is like this, all right? Or misconception, okay? All right, and so on. Now, after you finish this, come to the next page, 96. This will be our homework for the word definitions from word 1 to 10. Page 96 and 97. From word definition 1 to 10. All right, I'll tell you which of these meanings to take or to memorize. It is not memorizing, in fact, it's studying, understanding, because we won't ask you about definitions. You will choose the word in a sentence. You understand how to use the word. Number 1, adhere. To stick to. This is quite enough. To stick to. Read the sentence. Things will work out better if we adhere to our original plan. Okay. Number 2, affirm. Affirm, when you affirm something, declare to be true or confirm. Yes, sentence. Unexpected kindness from a stranger during a time of need can affirm one's faith in human nature. All right. Number 3, atrocity. Atrocity. An extremely wicked, brutal act or cruel act. Cruel act. All right. The Nazis took great pains to keep detailed records of each kind of atrocity they committed, cruel act or very harsh act. All right, number 4, coup. Coup. To prove to be match for, to deal or deal with. All right, coup. Sentence. Education and experience provide us with the skills we need to cope with difficult situations. All right. Number 5, deter. Deter. To discourage, all right, or to prevent. Traffic jams won't deter us from coming to your birthday party. Disquieting, causing uneasiness or worry. A disquieting incident at school put all the teachers and students on edge. All right. Okay. Next page. Number 7. Empower. Empower. To give power or authority to. To give power to. The sentence. Signing this legal paper will empower me to set up my own bank account. All right. Number 8. Fluent. Fluent speaking or writing easily and smoothly. Susanna can speak fluent Japanese, French, and Russian. Number 9, lag. To move slowly or fall behind. When I tell someone you are lagging behind, you are very slowly, you are acting slowly. Sentence, please try not to lag behind the others. Don't move slowly. Right, number 10, mangle. Mangle. To injure very seriously. To injure very seriously. Workers could mangle their hands in this equipment if they don't pay attention to what they are doing. All right, so this is how far our homework for today is. All right, you have 2 days to finish this homework, study these meanings. Next time we'll continue to finish the 20 words. Thank you. See you next time. Goodbye.